Revolutionary greetings, comrades. Following the judgment by the High Court in South Africa that the Zimbabwe exemption permits should remain valid for the next 12 months, meaning up to 30th of June 2024. This also presents an opportunity for holders of the Zimbabwe exemption permits to attend to matters that adhere to them, because people were looking forward that maybe if they do not qualify to move to other visas as per the directive in November 2021, they might have difficulties in living in South Africa. But what this judgment means is that the Minister of Home Affairs, Dr. Aaron Mtswalet, will now have to go back to the drawing boards together possibly with the Director General and the entire department to begin to say what should be done for the holders of the Zimbabwe exemption permits. This also presents us with an opportunity to resubmit our proposals, that is to say political engagements with stakeholders, political parties, civil society, and indeed the Department of Home Affairs or government through the Department of Home Affairs on what should be the future of holders of the Zimbabwe exemption permits, because we are talking of people that have been part of the South African economy for years. But also, holders of Zimbabwe exemption permits must remember that whatever will happen, whether the South African government might at the end say, okay, we're done with you, we're giving you permanent residence, but we must remember that we have a country called Zimbabwe that we must rebuild. The task of rebuilding the economy in Zimbabwe is our task. It is not the task of anyone. The reason why we want people to be legal in South Africa is because the workers in Zimbabwe have moved to South Africa. It is the workers based in South Africa that are sustaining the Zimbabwean economy. We saw particularly in 2007, 2008, when the supermarkets were empty. It is the workers that will support their families, send groceries to Zimbabwe. It is workers in South Africa of Zimbabwean origin that will send fuel in Zimbabwe. So workers in Zimbabwe continue to play a critical role in making sure that families do survive in Zimbabwe. As migrants in South Africa, we send school fees. Our children, most ZEP holders, some of them, their children are in Zimbabwe. If they are not in Zimbabwe, they have children of their relatives in Zimbabwe that they are taking care of, paying their school fees, supporting them. So migrants or holders of the Zimbabwean, workers of the Zimbabwean origin in South Africa support their families. But we must resolve the political crisis in Zimbabwe. We must rebuild the economy in Zimbabwe. This is why we are appealing to you, all holders of Zimbabwe exemption permits, something that we have not discussed, that you need to join the Zimbabwe Communist Party, ZCP. The Zimbabwe Communist Party is a party of the workers. This is why the issue of documentation is so dear to us as communists. Because as a party, we advance the interest of the workers and the entire working class. So we are not involved in the documentation project that just for fun, but it is dear to us as communists that workers should not be exploited, because we know what it means for people to, or for workers to work without any documentation. We know the exploitation at the workplace. This is why we've also been emphasizing that holders of Zimbabwe exemption permits must join trade unions in South Africa, so that we do not get to a point where there are Zimbabwean workers and the South African workers, so to speak, and the migrant workers. Because all of us as workers were victims of the capitalist system. We must dismantle the capitalist system that oppresses the entire workforce globally. So it's important that while we sort out our papers, our documentation, that will remain legal in South Africa, our children attend to school, we're able to support our families back home, we're not detained at Lindela, we're not deported. It is also important that we complete the liberation of Zimbabwe. And we can only do so guided by the Zimbabwe Communist Party in completing the liberation of Zimbabwe. So I call on you, all holders of the Zimbabwe exemption permits, that join the Zimbabwe Communist Party. We have social media platforms. We are available on Facebook as a party. We are available on WhatsApp. We are available on Telegram, where we conduct political education. So I'm inviting you to the Zimbabwe Communist Party. Join the Zimbabwe Communist Party today. You have my WhatsApp number, +27 83 340 1000. Please WhatsApp me. I will tell you more about the Zimbabwe Communist Party. But our task at this critical time is to rebuild the national democratic economy. We are guided by this principle, national democratic economy. And we've argued or debated with comrades, but we continue to debate. But the first task, we need to build the Zimbabwean economy. We need to get our industries functioning. We need to reorganize production in our farms. We need young people to get employment. We need to attend to our schooling system. You have a role to play. So please drop a WhatsApp message. Join the Zimbabwe Communist Party. We resolve the political and the economic challenges in Zimbabwe. Please write in the comment section, like this video, circulate to your friends and comrades. Subscribe to this YouTube channel. If you're on TikTok, please follow us. But our task as Zimbabweans, as internationalists, is to rebuild the economy in Zimbabwe. So it is important that all of us, holders of the Zimbabwe exemption permits, should join the Zimbabwe Communist Party.